What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Jake Gagan Show, the first show in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We've had a lot of travel. We've had a lot of fun, so we had to come back with a banger tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be welcoming in the newest play-to-earn game that launched on the Hedera blockchain, and that is Liithos. I'm going to be joined by the CEO and founder of Liithos, and we will be giving away $5,000 tonight to one lucky winner on the stream. If I didn't say that clear enough, guys, let me say it again. We're going to be giving away $5,000 to one lucky winner tonight. It's mind-blowing. Literally, that's a salary. I think that's like a $85,000 salary. That's 1 month work at an $85,000 salary a year job in California, going to one lucky winner tonight. You know what we call that on the show? We call that life-changing money. But as always, guys, let's see who is here in the chat joining us here. We got my guy, Benny Moon. JP is here. Every tube is here. He said he's waiting. Well, we're here now. Cryptic Behavior, good luck to you. Guys, Cryptic Behavior actually just had a brand new baby, a newborn. I don't know if it's a son or a girl, but he just had a new healthy baby. So congratulations to Cryptic Behavior. DNA Dimensions is here. NutriBreeze, what is up? In the chat, Muhammad, Nadine, Ben, Noe Lopez, countless. Everybody is here, guys. You know we have one rule in this channel, and that is to smash that like button before we bring on our first guest tonight. Not only does it make them feel a little bit more welcome, you know they're coming on the YouTube stream, but it also helps with the YouTube algorithm. We got 40 likes and 50 people already in here tonight. So guys, if you have not yet, go ahead and smash that like button. And without further ado, let's welcome in the CEO, the founder of Liithos, Michael Mumbauer. Michael, how are we doing? And thank you so much for joining us on the stream tonight.
I'm great. Nice to be here. Thanks, Jake.
Man, it's great to have you here. And I think we have to start by kind of talking about how we know each other. You know, we have a mutual connection. It's my brother, who you might or might not have known longer than me. I think you guys have been friends for a couple decades. But shout out to Scott Gagan. He put us in contact, and that's how we actually know each other.
Yes, Scott's amazing. I've known and loved your brother for like literally 2 decades. He told me you were doing this show, and I watched and I was like, this is amazing. Like, this guy is crazy. He's really got it going on. He figured it out. And so I could, and you got, there's a lot of resemblance too, which is nice. I was like, this looks like Scott 20 years old. Well, you know, it's awesome.
He sends me pictures all the time, man, and it's like it's identical. Like we look literally similar. I'll try to for the stream too. I'm gonna see if I think Scott's watching. Scott, if you can text me a picture of you as a kid that looks like me, and we'll pull it up in just a bit. But we have a great stream. Mike, first off, you know, a lot of people are here. We're going to talk about the giveaway real quick, because that's what a lot of people have been messaging about. A lot of people have been talking about that for quite some time. Hey, how do I win $5,000 in your stream? Times are tough. We're in a bear market. I want to win $5,000. So Michael actually was nice enough to offer up $5,000 tonight on the stream to one lucky winner. And then also, guys, over the course of the next 4 weeks, so starting next Friday, every Friday after that for an entire month, we're going to be giving away $5,000 every single show. Incredible. And I think the consensus from the audience, some of them want to see us maybe split it up a little bit. Maybe we do 2,500, 1,000, 1,000, who knows, maybe 10, 5,000 giveaways. But tonight it's going to be $5,000. That's huge, Michael. Thank you so much for doing this and offering this to the crowd, man. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Well, really, it's thanks to Hedera. I mean, they're an amazing partner. I'm just so excited to be working with them and celebrating, you know, Liithos launch with Hedera, and just that we're going to be making these amazing games on the Hedera network, and they're giving us the ability to do this, which I think is fantastic. I've watched a lot of amazing shows that do giveaways, and I've never been able to participate in one, so this is super exciting for me. I think it's just a great way to celebrate the community, and then hopefully you'll use a little bit of that in the Liithos, buy some Liithos stuff. But if you don't, that's okay too.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk all about Liithos. We're going to talk all about Hedera. We're going to give the total understanding for people, because not a lot of people are too familiar with Hedera. I'm sure a lot of people have seen HBAR. But tonight, guys, we're going to be giving away $5,000 of HBAR. And what we're doing, for those that did not enter, and there's a lot of people that enter, I think over 300 people actually did it, correctly. All you had to do, guys, was open up a new HBAR wallet. You can open up anywhere. You can open up on KuCoin. You can open up on pretty much every exchange. And all you had to do was email hbar@liithos.com, put this in the subject, and all you have to do is literally open up a new HBAR wallet and email your HBAR wallet to HBAR at Liithos.com. So if you have not done it yet, you still have time. You have time over the next 4 weeks. So I'm going to pin this, guys, to the top of my profile picture at Jake Gagan. Go to it and do the instructions now. I want Michael, I want his phone to be blowing up this entire stream. I don't even want him paying attention. I want the people that did not enter this giveaway to enter it right now. But before we get into your background, Michael, and like I said, guys, it's pinned to the top of my stream. Follow the instructions. It's not too late to enter for the next 4 weeks. Before we talk about yourself and what you're doing, let's talk about Liithos. Let's talk about why you decided to found this project, Liithos Entertainment. Liithos, is it entertainment or enterprises?
Entertainment. Yep.
Liithos Entertainment. I mean, look, man, it's 2022. What made you want to get into the crypto space?
I think that's exactly what you just said. It's 2022. I think when we think about entertainment companies, the biggest players in are the ones that we know of, right? And when we talk about entertainment, I mean things that are hitting different verticals in entertainment, being TV, games, film, whatever, right? Wherever your comic books, right? We think of companies like Paramount or Universal or Sony or MGM or whatever any of those companies, Paramount. They have one thing in common, in that they were all founded in the last century. And so the last century is like, the most important, entertainment sector of that last century was film. Not that film isn't important today, but I think the most important entertainment sector is video games. And so I think this was an opportunity for me to take my experience of the last 25 years of my entertainment, film, and television and game experience and say, you know what, I think that it's time now to do something different, to found a company that is, in this century, for this century, and connects to the things that I love and is basically celebrating the most important sector, which is the gaming sector, but it's also exploring and connecting these things that are really, really important to this age, which is, social media platforms, right? YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and then also connecting to TV and film and comic books, right? And music, Spotify. So I think the goal here is a new kind of entertainment company where the center is games and everything else sits around it and funnels into games in some kind of meaningful way. And that, I think, what connects those things is a blockchain or a DLT. In this case, it's Hedera's hash graph for us, right? And then I think that there's going to be a part of cryptocurrency that will play a part of how this all connects as well. I think these are modern concepts, and it's time now. So that's the basis for Liithos. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a ton of sense, and it's refreshing to see people that are coming from the real world, right? You worked at PlayStation, you were high up at PlayStation, coming from the real world and getting into crypto because you see the future. You see the future in play-to-earn games. You see the future in NFTs. You see the future in blockchain technology. And like you said, when I asked the question, I said, why did you get in 2022? You said, because it's 2022. It's the time to get in. So you worked at PlayStation for quite some time. What's your background there? I mean, did you build games at PlayStation? Were you, what was your actual role at PlayStation when you worked there?
Yeah, so I was at PlayStation for 13 years. I started on one of the first games that I worked on early there was a game called Uncharted 2. I was actually in film just before and the original Uncharted launched, and then moved down to San Diego and started this group called Visual Arts Group, started Uncharted 2, and looked at the opportunities where I had learned some of the advancements in film technologies that at that time I thought I could bring into the game world. So that was areas of, visual fidelity, character development, camera development, like virtual cinematography, scanning, things that would elevate the storytelling aspects and visual aspects of PlayStation. So that, PlayStation kind of evolved from a lot of really diverse kind of, from the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, it was the gaming, sector at first party was sports games and driving games and story-driven games and action-adventure games. And in the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, it started to consolidate and be, to where I would say PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, they really became the place that became the narrative-driven action-adventure they defined storytelling and still do, to be honest, in AAA gaming. And I hope to believe that I was a small part in helping, be a driver in that, in kind of from the technologies, empowering creatives like John Garvin, and Amy Hennig and Neil Druckmann to kind of, build the stories that and worlds that they saw in their head, to get driving to a visual fidelity of a place that, is unmatched in gaming. And so that was my mission, and ultimately always trying to, as we would move from generation of platform to next generation, finding ways to innovate, drive, the experience to the top quality possible. And, I finished my career at PlayStation on The Last of Us 2, which, to be honest, is kind of an amazing kind of bookshelf to start with. Uncharted 2, and be a part of Last of Us 1, and then finish my career at PlayStation with The Last of Us 2. I felt like I had achieved most of what I had hoped to at that period of time in my career. And where I was looking at next was a lot more experimentation in terms of how do we empower players and fans. Frankly, I use the term fans because it's not just the play part, it's also the passive parts that connect, right? So it's like, again, if you're not playing but watching Last of Us 2 streams on YouTube, how can that maybe connect to the game in some way? Wow. If you're watching, the Last of Us television show on, on HBO, which I'm so excited to watch that show when it comes out, how can we connect that to the game experiences? And so for me, I wanted to kind of be a part of something where I'm building new IP, fresh new IP that's relevant to the next generation of players and fans, and that can drive innovation in these other platform segments that are not necessarily just, the Sony PlayStation ecosystem. So again, where we're at right now, YouTube, right? How do we build this into the core experience? These are stuff I want to kind of experiment with.
Absolutely. It sounds like what I'm hearing, it's like, look, you're a vet in this space. You've worked on a lot of games that I've actually heard of, and I'm not a big gamer, right? Like, I'm not the biggest gamer in the space. I've played Halo when I grew up. I played Call of Duty. I played MLB The Show. I'm not the biggest gamer. The
Show? I worked on MLB The Show.
Yeah, exactly. That game is.
I love that. You're a White Sox fan.
No, I just wear hats. A lot of people say that.
Are you a White Sox fan?
No. I mean, look, I'm from Tampa. I was born in Atlanta. I now live, I bounce around California. I've lived in LA. I've lived in San Diego. I've lived in San Francisco. But I had a lady this weekend I was walking. She goes, "Go Sox!" And I walk past her. And she's like, "Go Sox!" And I'm like, "Oh shit, I asked the girl I was with, am I wearing the White Sox hat?" So I just wear, I wear the hats, but I root for everybody.
What's the team? If you're playing, what's the team?
I root for where I live. I live in LA now. So who won the World Series? Was it the Dodgers? I think the Dodgers are better. Let's go Dodgers, huh? Let's go Dodgers, Mike. Come on.
So you wear whatever. You're a banner holder of whatever city you live in. That's kind of interesting. I actually relate to that. Like, I'm from New York, right? But I'm in San Diego, and but I'd be honest with you, it's hard to root for the Padres as a New Yorker. No offense to the Padres. I still, when you're in New York, like, you kind of either are a Mets fan or a Yankees fan. I'm pretty much only a Yankees fan, which is, telling, I guess.
Yeah, the Yankees are a solid 27 rings. And I see my buddy, too. And look, he's in the chat right now. Heinisch. I haven't even talked to him. He just went camping for like 5 days. He's here right now. He said Michael is an OG in the game. I guess he's tuning in. I'm going to send him a link to the stream if that's cool with you. I haven't talked to him.
So I love photo. Holy crap. I don't want to face that guy.
No, he's an absolute savage. He's a UFC fighter. Top 20 in the world. So, Ian, if you're still in the stream, I'm sending the link right now to your Twitter page. And if you want to join us, because I know I've actually talked to him about Liithos, and I've let him know, like, we've had conversations. He's interested. He's a UFC fighter, but he's also in the crypto space. And I think it'd be fun. One, I haven't talked to him, but two, he can come on here and give away $5,000 to some lucky winners, which we're going to do in about probably 20 minutes for those that are watching. 20 minutes for those that are watching. Before we bring Ian on, I just sent him a link. I want to ask you about the podcast that you just did, and maybe you can give us and people that are listening an introduction into John Garvin, who's also the co-founder of Liithos.
So so John might be in the chat. I don't know if he's
John. Shout out to John if he's here.
Yeah, so John and I have been colleagues we were colleagues for 13 years at PlayStation. I started working. He was actually one of the first creators that I was introduced to, and immediately we hit it off. And John's got an amazing mind of just has really strong visions for all of the worlds and the IPs he's creating. And what I loved about John when I first met him, he reminds me, at least in the film world, like Robert Rodriguez. Robert Rodriguez, does everything in film, right? He's the editor. He does the composition. He does the cinematography. He does the writing, and it's crazy, right? So when I met John, he's one of the few guys in the PlayStation ecosystem that I met that did almost every part of the job. And I had to fight with him to sort of push my way into getting to work with him because he did everything himself. So he was, he's this scrappy guy that is doing 10x like everything, and the games don't look like that, right? So the funny thing is, he was up in Bend, Oregon, with a 50-person team doing 400. What a 400-person team would do. Wow. And so, for years I would say, John, we got to work together. You got to let me work on these projects. And he's like, yeah, listen, I don't really need you. And I loved his candor too, right? Because he's like, I got this. And I kept working on him. And eventually, we started, collaborating on some of the early PSP and Vita games. And we started just kind of talking about where we could go and how we could push the art and how we could still do things efficiently, but how we could raise the bar. And that led us to a 7-year collaboration on Days Gone, which is one of the most beloved recent PlayStation franchises, and still relevant. They just re-released the game on PC, and it's one of the highest selling PC titles from a PlayStation catalog. And there's just a rabid fan base for John's catalog and the stuff that he's done. And, he and I connected earlier this year, and he was telling me about his new game idea, Ashfall. And he just started telling me what he thought about it. And I was telling him where I was, and I was where the areas I was exploring. And one of the great things about John and I is that we both believe in IP, and we both believe when you talk about IP, it's not just, okay, this should be a game. John is a writer. He writes novels. He writes comic books. I said, how can we, build an IP that starts as a game, right? But then is immediately ready for all of these other areas that we want to explore: film, TV, books, movies. And immediately he was already there. Ashfall was already designed for this idea of kind of a grand scale story that connects. And I said, look, we have to do something together. And that's when, I brought him in, and we started talking about how to make Ashfall at Liithos and innovate in a new space, right? And then the Hedera piece, and say, how can we bring players along on a new technology journey and a new narrative story for the next, generation of players.
It's incredible. And I actually see that John, he's in the chat. He said, I'm in the chat. I'm here. So shout out to John. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Look, what I'm seeing, I see two incredible players in the actual gaming space that are making their way into crypto. And look, I cover crypto projects every day. And when I see what you guys are doing, I see the professionalism of it, right? I see the pictures. When you guys announced on day of launch, and I'll try to pull up that article. So professional, man. You guys are doing things exceptionally well. So shout out to John. John, we got to get that follow back on Twitter, though, at @JGagan. We got to get that follow back, John. If you're in the stream, John, come on, what's happening? We got to get the follow back. And Michael, if you look at the bottom, you might see somebody down below who just joined us. So let's welcome in professional UFC fighter, top 20 in the world, Ian, the Hurricane Heinisch, to the stream. Ian, it's been about 5 days since we've talked. How are you doing, man? Welcome back to Civilization.
Jake, what's up, man? So good to see you again. I had some much needed rest in the mountains camping. Michael, so good to meet you. John as well, I know you're in the chat. It's been a pleasure getting to learn about your guys' project and just to see how professional you guys are. You guys are OGs, like I said in the chat. You guys are OGs in the gaming space. So it's really refreshing to see you guys make your way over to the Web3, the crypto world, and start this project, this ecosystem, and do it on the HBAR, which is very unique and very interesting. So shout out to you guys. What up, John? Nice to meet you, brother. And yeah, man, I'm blessed to be here. Jake, thanks for throwing me that link, man, and it's good to see you.
It's good to have you here as well, man. And before we get into everything else, I want to just pull up this tweet that came from Hedera, actually. They did a 4-part tweet on their actual Twitter page, which has 238,000 followers. So let's give a little sneak peek into this tweet here. And then we're going to ask why you actually chose Hedera and give some more information about Hedera. So Hedera said, we are excited to announce that Liithos, a newly formed AAA gaming and entertainment studio led by industry veterans, is working on its debut title, Ashfall, a post-apocalyptic survival adventure and the first true Web3 AAA title built using Hedera. The studio has assembled an impressive roster of award-winning talent, including Michael Mumbauer, former head of visual arts at PlayStation, The Last of Us, Uncharted, and John Garvin, writer and co-creator of the massively successful open world title Days Gone. Here these two studs are. Ian, I think we need to get a profile picture like this, man. These guys are looking phenomenal like this. What send me your photographer, Michael. We need to talk to him. 3 or 4. Ashfall will have players traversing a world scarred by global warming and warring factions. A connected single player evolving into a multiplayer PvP/PvE. Players can leverage the Hedera network, where scavenging and exclusivity are the focus for a build and trade experience. A nice little picture is titled here. Special thanks to Liithos team, the HBAR Foundation, and everyone else who made this possible. We'll see you at the end of the world in Ashfall. So, Michael, for those that don't know, Hedera is actually a blockchain similar to Ethereum, similar to Solana, similar to HVAX, and it's an up-and-coming blockchain. I've actually, since I've partnered with you guys, I've actually been learning more about Hedera. I've seen what companies work with Hedera. I've seen the cost of per transaction of Hedera, the speed of Hedera, and I'm getting more bullish on Hedera and HBAR every second that I research it. So how did you make the decision to actually go on Hedera instead of something like Ethereum, instead of something like Solana? You chose Hedera to launch your game on.
Yeah, so before I go into that, which I will, I just want to say, Ian, it is like an honor to be in the room with you. I am such a UFC fan, no joke. I have like, it is just the cool part about these worlds is that this to me is the future. The reality is like these worlds that are all seemingly not connected, but they are connecting, and we all are playing in the same spaces, and we're looking at the same things. And I sit there and I'm like, what an honor it is to get to be here with Jake, with you, who are basically a major player in the crypto space, and Ian, we're like, I mean, one of the top UFC fighters. This is like a dream for me. So I really want to thank you. I just wanted to acknowledge that before that I really do appreciate being.
No, I appreciate it, man. And it's just, I just want to say, like, it's so cool. Crypto brings so many people together. The communities that have formed inside the crypto space are absolutely phenomenal. And that's what makes a project strong. And it's crazy to see how new you guys are, how professional you guys are. And look at the community already showing out for you guys, for some veterans, some OGs in the game coming over to make one of the best play-to-earn games ever.
Straight up. And let me give us some shout outs, because I'm in the comments, guys. I see every single comment that comes in. We have Marina, who is absolutely going crazy in the comments, as well as Cronuses. She said, I'm looking forward to investing 80% of my portfolio in Hedera. We love to see that. But they've been going crazy, guys, the whole entire chat. I see every comments. And thank you guys for your support. But like Ian said, man, you already have a strong community. You guys just launched 2 weeks ago. Already a strong community.
So now jump into the Hedera piece, and I'll tell you like the things. I'm very bullish on Hedera and on HBAR. I own a lot of HBAR myself, and I believe in these guys. I believe in their mission. I'll tell you many of the reasons which you already touched on, right? So the reality is they have like almost non-existent transaction fees, which is really important to be able to make games that basically allow there to be a thriving economy that's about the player. That there needs to, our mission here is story first, narrative first, game first. That is what we're doing, but we're building something that will kind of evolve much in the way you see games like Grand Theft Auto kind of evolve to Grand Theft Auto Live. But our goal is to create something that's sustainable and a world you can like a story that captivates you in a world you never want to leave. That's the hope, right? That's where we want Liithos to be. And so it's important, one, to have something that is sustainable, and not just from an economy perspective, but also from an environment perspective, because that's really important to me and John. Like at the heart of the story of Ashfall, it's a story about what happens if we don't take care of this planet, which we're not doing a great job of, right? Global warming is an issue. And what we're seeing in this game is the actual result of, in the near future, right? It's a near future sort of post-apocalyptic. John kind of uses, it's even not really, because it's a little bit further than that. But it's like, when we are not good to the planet, what's going to happen to the planet? You're going to see this hostile environment that is going to be uninhabitable, and yet we still have to live here, right? So you're going to have, the ring of fire in the Pacific Northwest, where Mount Rainier is just erupting, and it's nearly impossible to breathe, right? And then you're going to have lightning storms and flooding, and you're going to have all these earthquakes and massively hostile world that we're living in. But also, right, that doesn't stop humans from being humans. And we kind of segregate, and we're still fighting. And so we kind of have this problem where all of these factions of the world is kind of devolving into almost like medieval times, where the states are kind of separated and created these kind of, very warring areas within the world that is actually still massively hostile. So it's just a very interesting world to live in, and a very, a fascinating narrative. And the main character, Ash, is an American Indian who I think is which speaks very much to the kind of story here, where, why, of course, right? You've got this earth, which we're supposed to protect, and we're supposed to kind of be, taking care of. And Ash, grew up in this world, and this is the story of someone that's really important and a hero of our time, almost like a superhero in this new world of this post-apocalyptic, global warming scarred planet. And so there's going to be, details of the story revealed, and we're going to start that in the comic book, and we're going to build out into the TV and film, and really the heart of this will be in the game. But we're going to expand this whole IP outside of it, so you get something really special that is from this century relevant to this century, relevant to our experiences, and it's connecting with all the things. And that's why it makes sense that we're doing this with Hedera. It makes sense that we're doing this, on YouTube. It makes sense that we're doing this with all of these kind of connected pieces. And so this is, I think, the evolution of games. That's why John and I are doing this. That's why we believe in this. And when you look at the photos, when you look at the stuff, it's at the highest quality, because we're taking this very seriously, right? So this is AAA.
Mike, I'm going to tell you this right now. Look, I've first off, like, my background, I played baseball in college. Then I worked in sales. Now I've been working with crypto projects the last 2 years, right? And when I hear you speak, and I see the team that's resembled, and I see the blockchain that you're building on, I'm going to go on record and say it's July 8th, 2022. When we look back on this in 4 years, people are going to say, I wish I would have listened to Jake and Mike and Ian on that stream, because this is probably going to be one of the biggest play to earn game projects of this decade, from 2020 to 2030. It's going to be one of the biggest. And I know we have some time to build the game, and I know we have some time to build the company, but I think it's going to be massive. Let's just take a look at this picture. And I want to get Ian's first reaction. He hasn't seen this yet. Ian, what do you think when you see this photo that John Garvin posted on Twitter? Look how in depth this stuff looks. Like, we're not talking about some play to earn game where, like some, let me be blunt, excuse my language, some shitty play to earn game. Like, this is legit, man. This is like what is going on here? Ian, first word, or describe it in a couple of words. What do you think when you see this incredible picture of Ashfall, the game that's going to be coming out from Liithos?
I mean, there's so many things I could say about it. First off, the artwork's incredible. But Michael, what I want to say is, you're talking about a time with this game that is possibly not too far away from actually being the future. Like, I'm a guy, I love the ocean. I fish all the time. I spearfish. I was just in the mountains for 4 days. Like, nature is where I find serenity. I was just up in the mountains. We saw zero wildlife. Like, all the elk, all the mountain goats, the sheep, they were just not there. And there probably was some there, but they were hiding. But usually we can glass it and we can see a bunch of them. Now, going back to the ocean, I'm seeing coral dying. I'm seeing less fish. It's harder to fish. The ocean is changing and it's noticeable. So, you know, this game is like real world. And I love that you're passionate about, you know, preserving our planet, because we only have one planet. So, I mean, the artwork's incredible. I mean, you guys come from the PlayStation OG gaming industry. So we know the game's going to be exceptional, but I just love the topic, because you're going to let people see, hey, if we don't do something soon, this is the world you're going to be living in. And I love the main character, Ash, is Native American, because those are the people who care almost, and I don't want to say the most, but in general, those are the people who really care about this planet and preserving it.
Yeah. And, you know, again, all credit to John in this, right? Like, the thing is, I am here to just help him realize this vision, and we will. But I honestly look at this and I sit there and I say, you know, this should be a fantasy. Right? This should be a world that is a fantasy that we're enjoying only in game, but it should be something that in reality we're terrified of, and we should be absolutely avoiding. And so we should use this as, that's what the power of gaming is. It's to kind of live out these places and these fantasies that we want to experience, but not in the real world, right? Like, so the thing is that hopefully that we get to experience this and get to go on this journey with Ash and get to be, you know, a part of this world. But this is a lesson that we should avoid. And I can tell you that that's one of the criticisms that I knew we were going to face in coming into this place of, you know, looking at blockchain, or looking at, because, you know, one of the criticisms of the NFT space is that it is hurting the environment. And what I'm not here to talk about those pieces. I'm here to talk about how Hedera is not doing that. And ultimately, the fact that we can still enjoy this space, we can still build, we can still innovate, we can still connect these worlds, and do so in a responsible way. And ultimately, that's why I firmly believe Hedera is the place to be doing this and aligning. And so celebrating that we can innovate as a community, right? As gamers, as players, as fans, and not feel like, you know, we have to defend anything. That's amazing.
Absolutely. And I 100% agree with that. And JR, he said, I have 5 other people listening at a poker table. Like the sound of it. Hey, my advice to that one man that's feeling bullish, go all in. You're going to win in this next hand. But it's pretty cool, the impact that you can have here. And I'll tell you this right now, Mike, I've done a lot of first interviews with tokens on my stream, and sometimes they get 30, 40, 20 people. We have 71 people in here right now for the first time. That's hard to do on YouTube, because the YouTube algorithm will send it to people that are Liithos entertainment purchasers or subscribers. So it's like, we already have a big audience. I can just imagine if we do this consistently, what we can build here together. It's going to be incredible. And for those that are watching at home, guys, make sure to put your questions in the comments. I'm reading all comments tonight, and we'll put any questions that you have. We're going to answer 5 to 10 for Michael, because I know you guys have a lot of questions about the token, about the NFTs, about the games. So we'll start with the first one here. And I actually have this question because I'm not 100% sure about it, which is, it's not too bad. I mean, I'm a YouTuber, but look, I know you have a lot of things you're releasing. So when is Liithos releasing? And by this, you know, you have a lot of different facets. So maybe you can explain this, because I'm sure me and Ian are interested as well. Liithos is the company that went live about 2 weeks ago. You guys have a token, you guys have NFTs, and you guys have a game. What's the estimated roadmap for the token, the NFTs, and the game?
So we already have the comic book. We did a Wave 1 sale for the comic and what we call the Founders Token. The Founders Token, again, as I'm exploring this space, the thing that I want people to understand is that this is about making games, right? This is not about investing in assets that don't necessarily have meaning to the player. So this is about us building a community and investing in assets that would have value to the Ashfall ecosystem. And in that, we released the Founders Token, which has benefits to the community, benefits to the people owning it in terms of early access stuff, access specific to John, opportunities to win really interesting and valuable stuff to the game and to the community. Like John did an original. He's a painter. Not only is it a game developer, but he's an original. He's an actual illustrator and painter. He does even like where you do educational things, which I find like really, really valuable, like crypto education. You know, John will do painting education stuff. And so he has this painting that he did, an original painting of the concept of Ashfall. And I think we're going to be giving that away to one of the owners of the token. I think that'll have sentimental value over time as this IP becomes kind of, you know, aspirationally where we want it to be. But it will also just have actual value, right? So that's the value of anything in these kinds of ecosystems. Another thing we're doing is another reward is we have in the Ashfall comic, we have Brett Puth, which I grew up loving as a comic book fan. He was a Wildstorm, Spawn, and Wildcats artist, and we were fortunate enough to get him to do the cover for Ashfall. And he does that as a hand illustration. So there's an asset there that we're actually going to be also giving away. So that'll be the original drawing and a bunch of other things. Wow. So those are things that you can get as a founder's token. That closed wave 1. We were just, you know, kind of working out. We're new to the space. So we got that. And then the comics themselves are tokens, which will be things that will connect to the community and the game later, right? We can, now that we know who owns those things, we can basically say, well, here's something meaningful for the game that we can basically send to them, because we know that there's like the blockchain has like an RFID type thing, right? You have your own identity, so we can send you things. So that's going to happen. In terms of the release of the game,
quick, Mike, let me jump in, because I see some questions coming in. So there was wave 1 of the founders token that was already released. That was the actual crypto token. Is it still available to be purchased on HBAR, or is that going to be on wave 2?
It will be in waves, as is the comic. We just opened to a select period of time. We're doing flash sales. We're going to announce the next sale. We're planning on about 6 waves. So the first wave is closed. The second wave will open up again. We'll let the community know. We'll put that out on Twitter, on Discord, on LinkedIn, on all the social channels. So when the next wave, so anybody that didn't get in on the first wave can get that. Same thing with the comic. And then again, once we'll close at the 6th wave.
And real quick, guys, if you missed wave 1, I missed that shit too. Don't feel bad. But I'm not missing wave 2 whenever that goes live. The best way, from what I'm hearing from Michael, is to follow them on Twitter, stay tuned for announcements, and to join the Discord. Mike, do we have a rough date? Do we have a rough date of when it could be going live? And maybe this time, let me know, like, yo, Jake, we're going to be launching, because I'll tweet that out. I'll put it on YouTube.
We don't have it yet, but you'll be the first to know, so you can actually let them know.
And I need to buy some too, man. I don't know Liithos right now. Yep. Ian's going to ape in. I'm aping in. B-Roots is aping in.
I'm going to answer another thing that I think they were asking. They're probably curious, when is the actual game coming out?
Yes.
The game is not coming out anytime soon. These kinds of games in this space, we come from PlayStation quality games. Minimally, we're going to be, 3 years in development. I expect it to be about 3 years. It may go into 4. Here's the thing that I'll tell you that will be different about Ashfall than the games that you've seen. Typically, and this is why, you might criticize, why are we releasing artwork? Why are we announcing the game this early? The reason we're doing that is because I think it's a very Web3 thing to do ideologically, to bring the community along with us on the journey. So I'm going to go to Ian. I'm going to put this to Ian, because I'm giving you my UFC love. I'm a huge UFC fan and an Ultimate Fighter fan. Right? I used to obsess over the Ultimate Fighter show and watch it. And I was exposed to what it's like to be on the journey with an Ultimate Fighter and see what it takes to become one. And then being able to kind of see that go into the actual competition. So you get kind of behind the scenes, right? That access was amazing to me and brought me deeper into the UFC. That's not typically done in our world. So you can look at what Liithos is doing is basically a similar thing, is that we're kind of taking the curtain, we're opening the curtain, right? And we're going to show you what we're making as we make it. And you're going to see, just like as you start watching the beginning of an amateur UFC fighter, right, shape their career, right? They change, right? UFC fighters, Ian, I want to hear, actually, I want to have this dialogue with you, because I feel like the first time you see that first really difficult match where a UFC fighter is really threatened, isn't dominating. I think of like, George St. Pierre against Matt Serra, when that changed him as a fighter. That's my feeling. It changed him as a fighter, and he became a different fighter after that. And to me, the reason I bring it up is that's the journey. That's the journey I want people to see. I want them to see the game change. I want them to see what it is now and what it's going to be 3 years from now, and it won't be the same. And that's okay, right? So to me, that's a thing that I think is very 2022. I think we can show people how things are shaping. I think we can expose them early. I think we can build a community and take them on, and they can see stuff they've never seen. They can see how John thinks. They can see how John critiques. They can see how Ash changes, and they can see where this game started and where it finishes. So that's just a part of it. I actually want to hear from Ian, because I'm like so interested in the UFC.
Yeah, Michael. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no, absolutely. And that's what people want to see. They want to see the nitty gritty behind the scenes stuff. Everyone gets to turn on the TV, go to the live event, turn on the game, and see the finished product.
Yep.
And that's super easy to see. But the people, what really gives them emotional connection to you, to the product, to the fighter, is being able to see the day-to-day life, because it gives them hope that, hey, we're just regular people. We're hitting obstacles, we're overcoming. People are so drawn to people overcoming it. That's why you see when a fighter's losing, like you were saying, or like Matt Serra fighting GSP, and there was no way, everyone counted him out. He was such a big underdog, and he KOs the GOAT. And people love to see you overcoming such big obstacles. So like, I love what you guys are doing. You're giving sneak peeks. You're showing behind the scenes that, like, hey, we're OGs in the game, but we're still learning. We're still growing. We're emotionally growing. We're, growing mentally. And there's so many areas in the life of, a game developer, a fighter, that the people want to see behind the scenes, and they love it. And that's, I try to post that, and like, I love doing, like, for my next fight, I'm going to have a whole lead up to the fight, because I overcame in my life huge challenges. I got into some big trouble in my life, and got locked up for a little while, and I pulled myself out, and now I'm overcoming a huge injury that has kept me out of the cage for almost a year, the longest I haven't fought, and out of the gym for 3 months. Not completely, but something I had to pull myself out of. I'm healthy. I'm back at it. I'm going to fight Q4. I'm going to get a big W. And people love to see the overcoming journey of that, because it gives them hope that they can overcome anything in their life as well. And like I said, it gives that emotional connection, which you obviously felt seeing the Ultimate Fighter and seeing the day-to-day life of these fighters as they train, as they have family issues, cutting weight issues, so many different things, and they overcome it and get in that cage and put on a performance.
I think, to be honest, that's the most exciting thing about the UFC. What I love, there's, the fights are fantastic, but the human element, what I am actually astonished by, Ian, and I would love to learn more about this. And like, this is why, like, this is the first time I've ever gotten to have a live discussion with a UFC fighter like yourself, and it's such an honor for me. I think, like, how do you mentally overcome those losses? How do you not get affected by the community and the noise that's happening on the internet? Like, how do you do that? Like, what do you do to focus and then, drown out that noise? How long does it take you to recover? And what do you do to come back better?
Yeah. So the fight game is so mental. Yes, we can train that jab cross. Yes, we can drill our takedowns. But at the same time, we have to show up to that fight ready. And that's where you see the elite of the elite. The 1% of the 1% are the people who show up to that fight consistently performing every time. You see a lot of good fighters, they have a good fight, then they'll have a bad fight, then they'll have a good fight. And it's the fighters who can mentally pull it together every single time. I have a strength conditioning coach. Jake got to meet him. JC, shout out to him. I love what he said.
What a workout, Mike. What a workout. We got a video coming soon. I'll send it to you. It's ridiculous what they go through.
I need to get back in shape so that I can get in there and take a hit.
Oh man.
Yeah, come to Florida, man. Anytime you come down, we put you through a training session. And
I'm like Butterbean right now, Ian. I don't think I can do it right now.
No one can do it, Mike. No one can do what they do.
No kidding.
No, but I mean, all things aside of how hard the actual workout is, which Jake experienced, it's the mental game that he gives you, because you go into a fight, say I fought at the T-Mobile Arena, I've lost in the T-Mobile Arena. Well, if I tell myself, when I go there, I bring up all those past emotions.
Right.
I lost there, and
Right.
I did this there, and I did that there. But if you block that out and you stay in the present, I'm not going there. It's where I am presently. So I'm showing up with no past emotions from the past, no past drama or bad feelings or anything that I'm feeling. And I'm not thinking about the future, and I'm walking in the present, and I'm enjoying it. I'm taking every moment. I'm looking at the details. What's the crowd doing? And they always say, enjoy the walkout, because honestly, you don't remember the fight that much right after, because your adrenaline's pumping so much, and you get bits and pieces in your memory. You enjoy that walkout. You get back in there. You're a fresh slate. You're not thinking about the past. You're not thinking about the future. You're going in there because you do what you love, and you train every single day. You trust your training. You fall back on that. And yeah, I mean, the mental game is something that every fighter has to overcome, whether that's getting gassed out in a fight, that's taking a big knockout, that's getting submitted, getting scared to get wrestled. You have to overcome it. And for me, it's overcoming a very bad concussion that has taken me out the game with some health issues. And now I'm going to come back and I have to forget all of that. And I have to be present.
I'm going to watch that fight. I'm going to be rooting for you, man. I can't wait. And I know you're going to overcome it. It's going to be so awesome. I love these that's what's so exciting to me about competition. What you do, it's like it's just incomprehensible to some degree. I have a question for you. It's actually relevant. It's funny. I literally just got off the phone with Scott, Jake's brother. We talked about this because we're talking about a kind of a thing that I stole. But I'm curious to see if you do this. So when you get ready for a fight and you're doing the walkout, right, or when you're in the locker room waiting to get out, do you listen to music?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you have a specific music you listen to?
Yeah, I mean, it's different, right? What mood am I in? What brought me through the fight camp? I usually will make a playlist for each fight camp, and that will be the theme, and that will be what I put on. Because when I'm preparing for a fight, whether I'm doing strength conditioning, whether I'm doing yoga, whether I'm sparring, I'm playing out the actual fight in my mind. Every single movement, I'm visualizing myself winning, visualizing myself beating that position, that scramble, connecting with that punch. That way, when I get in there, I'm not with my eyes in like a deer, like in headlights, where I'm just like, oh, this is so new. There's so many people here. Everyone's screaming. Everyone's looking at me. Am I going to get embarrassed? No, you're like, I've been here before. Let's go. Let's flow. Let's feel good. Let's get my swag, and let's have fun.
I had this theory, and this is what I actually, again, this is not knowing anything. This is just me imagining what you would do, which is why it's so cool to test this theory. I had this theory that if you're walking out into the ring and you've got a competitor that, might knock you out, right?
Crazy.
I think you have to be invincible. You have to be in an invincible mindset. I'm just asking if that's like, I think about that from a perspective of you have to inflate your ego. Is that true or not? Because I think you have to like go out, and I just thought like if a fighter's going into the ring and I see them wearing their headphones, I imagine that they're wearing, they're listening to music that is inflating their ego. Am I crazy, or does that happen?
No, you're absolutely right. The crazy part about Fight Week, you're on a roller coaster of emotions. You're scared, you're terrified, you're invincible. Nobody can stop you.
Yeah.
And if you ever want to watch the Real Good Mindset, Mike Tyson does one. If you check the mindset of walking into the fight, he's like, I'm scared. I've dreamed of this guy beating me. And as he walks towards the cage, his confidence grows. As he walks towards the cage, his confidence grows a little bit. He steps in the ring. He says, I'm a god. Nobody can beat me. I'm invincible. And that's kind of like, I'm getting chills thinking about it. When I walk in that cage and I look at that opponent, and it's kind of like a feeling like,
do you feel that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you feel your song comes on. Listen, when you're standing behind that curtain and the camera's on the other side, and you're like, okay. And then that curtain opens and you start walking and everyone starts cheering. You look up and you see it, and you just stay in the zone. And that's when your confidence is growing. You get in there. Yeah, you got to inflate your ego.
What's your song? What's the song? What's the one you listen to?
So I've walked out to Bob Dylan Hurricane my past like 4 or 5 fights, because my nickname is Ian Heinisch the Hurricane. Ian the Hurricane Heinisch. So
nice.
It's an incredible story about a guy, a boxer Reuben Carter, he gets thrown in prison, comes out after 2 years and becomes a world champ. And it's a true story. Denzel Washington plays it. If you ever want to see it,
I love that movie. Oh my God. That's actually one of my favorite Denzel movies, The Hurricane. It's called Hurricane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Obviously, he had all that other stuff in his life. That wasn't something, you know, he had the murder case, he beat it, but he overcame and became a world champ.
So let me tell you this thing that I do, and I like, it's embarrassing to tell you this, but the thing is, because I'm not getting like hit in the face, and so it's like kind of very cowardly pussy thing, right? Like, I mean, listen, there's nothing more like impressive than what you're doing in the world, to be honest. But I sit there and like, I talked to Scott about this literally an hour ago. I said, look, you can get nervous even if you're not going to get, if you're not a boxer or you're not a UFC fighter. Like if you've got to give a presentation, right? Like if you've got to give a presentation in front of a bunch of people, or in my case, like I have to sell the company and I have to kind of, get money behind this dream that I have. And realistically, if you don't have the confidence to go in and win that room, it's no different than winning a fight. So I actually, or like years ago, sort of thought about this. I just kind of introspectively thought, well, how do I feel invincible going in that room? How do I go in that room and feel like I am going to captivate and I'm going to win this room? And that the people in the room they have the money, they have the power, they're the power in the room. How do I overcome that and feel on their equal or even maybe above them? And so I actually took this technique where I started putting headphones on. I started listening to songs that almost like walk-in songs. And I started listening to Hour Black, I'm the Man. Like that was one of
Let's go.
There and I would listen to that.
I'm the man.
No, I sit there and I'm just like listening so that when I like turn off the music and I'm in the room, I just feel powerful. I feel like an inflated ego. But I feel the exact same thing of like, oh my God, what if they don't like the idea? What if I come off? What if I'm shit? Yeah. And so I did that and it actually started to work. So that was, you're validating something that I kind of was just thinking about, but, I can't even imagine. For me, it's like, I'd have to be in VR to be in your head and experience going into the T-Mobile Arena. That is like a dream and terrifying, but it sounds freaking amazing.
Yeah, I mean, and there's two things you just have to realize. Nerves are good, but you have to let them fuel you and not fight you, because you can let your nerves pull you to the ground, make you choke, make you mess up, or you can let them fuel you, like feel that energy, like I'm excited, I'm nervous, because your mind doesn't know the difference. You just feel the butterflies in your stomach. So you're like, oh, I'm going to crush it. I'm going to do so good. The best conversation you have is with yourself. So
when does it go away? When does that feeling go away when you get in the ring?
Never.
What's that?
Oh, when it goes away, probably the first couple punches. Then you're just.
Did you hit or that you throw or you get hit?
I always make sure I punch first.
So do the butterflies go away when you land the first hit? When you land the first blow?
Yep.
What about when you get hit though?
Yeah, it depends how hard. Sometimes you're like, it kind of. Some people it takes them to wake them up. Some people have to get slapped. You see Clay Guida, his coach slaps him in the face. Sometimes people have to get slapped to wake up. But I wake up in the back. I flip that switch, and I'm like, all right, now no more nice guy, no more sparring. I'm going to kill this dude, and he's trying to take everything I've worked for.
Dude, how do you come back when have you gotten? I mean, I'm sure you've gotten hit and you're standing shook.
I mean, it's weird. Like if you hit yourself in the face right now, it hurts. But when your adrenaline's pumping like that, I get hit and I'm here, and then all of a sudden I'm here. You know what I'm saying? So like. It's a different feeling than people think. And but yeah, I mean, some stuff does hurt, but most of it doesn't. As far as like adrenaline, it will hurt after.
No, but I guess in the you not just hurt. But don't you get like? Do you get dazed at all? Like, or your clarity gets rocked at all? Like, or can you stay focused?
Yeah, I mean, you just trust your instincts, man. And my instincts are pretty good. I've gotten rocked in practice, and I shoot takedowns, and I wake up on the guy. I don't even know where I'm at sometimes, and I mean, that's happened once, and you just have to trust your instincts, man. You train this every single day. It's what you do. And just like you make games. Your 20 years of experience, you've been making games. It's what you do. You sell them to big companies. It's what you do. And it's not big deal to you. It's just where you are in your life, and you've trained your whole life for it, and you just let it flow. You get in that swag. You get that song, I'm the man.
I gotta be honest, it sounds like embarrassing. I sound like a pussy. I'm making a compare.
It's legit.
That is so cool. Now this is amazing. So what's the most what was the hardest fight you've ever been in?
Probably the hardest fight I'm going through right now is with these health issues and just overcoming this injury. But as far as like in the octagon,
Yeah.
I probably the Omari or my last fight, because I felt terrible, man. I fought 𝗪𝗓𝗓𝗪𝗓. He's like number 10 in the world or number 9. And I went in there and my legs felt like jello. I didn't feel myself. I felt like I wanted to jump out the cage because I was like, I have no energy in the first round's over. And that's one of the scariest feelings when the guy is pumped up, has good cardio, he's trying to take your head off. But yeah, no, so, I mean, we could talk all day, but I know Jake wants to give away some.
Sorry,
no.
Fellas, I can talk UFC all day. There's a few things I want to touch on before we do this $5,000 HBAR giveaway. And seriously, I love that type of conversation. We're going to touch on more UFC in just a second. But first off, Mike, a lot of people want to know. They're saying, hey, the game's coming out in 3 years. The game's coming out in 3 years. Yes, the game itself might launch in 2 to 3 years.
Yep.
But you guys are already building now. You guys have been building for the past 8 months, right? You guys have the token. You guys have NFTs.
Remember, the most important thing about this game, in any of the games that we make, is the story and the characters and the play. So what is the game going to feel like? What's the story and the journey you're going to go on with this? Why are people going to care about Ash? If you don't care about this character, you're not going to care about this game. And then ultimately, because we're in the bread and butter action adventure piece, that's our game. And then, how do we make the mechanics of this game fun and sticky enough for you to love it? And that's a refining process. It's the one thing I think we could probably all relate to. I didn't talk about the name Liithos. It actually is a derivative of Liithos, which in Latin means stone. And as the reason, it was a derivative of that was because for me, anything like that takes greatness, like Ian, for what you're doing, it takes chiseling away, right? It starts in a block of nothing, right? It starts at a block of stone. If we're talking about, Michelangelo's David, this beautiful sculpture took just meticulous tapping and meticulous skill and great intention. And I think that anything that you're doing that you want to be the best at, that's what it takes. And so that's what Liithos means. That's it's the stone, right? So we're going to relate that back to what you asked, is that this game is going to be ready when it is a magnificent piece of entertainment that we will be proud of, and that we are happy to put in the hands of players. Not 10 years, right? That's not the goal. But the thing is that we're going to work meticulously, and John has been working for, I think, 1.5 years on the story and crafting the world of Ashfall. And that's why you can see some of the beautiful stuff coming out now. And we're going to continue to release that. And then, we'll actually start putting the prototypes, the play, early, ugly, in players' hands, in the Ultimate Fighter kind of sense. We're going to expose people to how this stuff gets made. There's going to be a shit ton of criticism on the internet. We know, right? The trolls are going to blast it, and that's okay. That's the part you have to overcome until they understand that what it takes to make great things. There's a lot of sloppiness. There's a lot of there's a lot of bad moments before the great moments, and I'm actually really excited to show people that.
And here's 2 points on this, right? For everybody that's viewing that's saying that's so long. The way I'm looking at this, Mike and Ian, is this is a great opportunity to get into a great project very, very early. Very, very early. We're talking about wave 2, right? Which is just after wave 1, which is you said 6 waves. Yeah. So everyone on this should say, hey, we're looking at an opportunity that's very, very early. I'm looking at this, and I'll just tell you guys straight up. I'm looking at 2 successful businessmen that have built incredible games, some of the biggest games we've ever seen, that are coming into the crypto space. They have a token, they have an NFT, they have a game that's coming. Yes, it's 3 years down the line, but look at this. First interview, the guy sitting next to me, he's fully doxed, full name, successful businessman. So it's a project that I'm confident in, and it's an opportunity to get in early. And then second off, to relate this to the crypto space, Cardano launched in 2017. Charles Hoskinson is the founder. It's the number 10 cryptocurrency right now in the world. They have yet to release their product. It's 5 years, Mike. 5 years they haven't even released their product, right? So
well, we will hope to be in before, but I also want to tell you, because people don't know this, that Liithos is like Ashfall is the beginning of this. So we have actually other IPs that we're cultivating in the works right now. And I am so excited at the right time to start revealing those other things. And the goal is to build a universe, right? The goal is to build a universe. But people think, this is already big. It's already big what we're talking about. But remember that every big major company that you follow and that you love, including the UFC, started in some. I remember the early days of UFC. I watched they were like I think they were it almost felt like college gymnasiums or something those days. Like and you think about the scale it is now. It's a plan, right? And it takes a community and it takes excitement. And then as people start coming on, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then Dana White can realize what he wanted to see out of the UFC, right?
Absolutely. And speaking about the UFC, Mike, what are you doing this weekend?
Oh, I don't know. Why? What do you got? You got a fight I can go to?
we have ringside tickets to UFC Fight Night, not this weekend, coming up next weekend, actually, not this weekend, the following weekend in New York, Long Island. Ringside tickets. If you want to go meet Ian, meet Gilbert Burns. I know we've been talking about him quite a bit. Sit ringside, third row. We have tickets. We can fly out of LA, San Diego, whatever you want. So check the schedule. But we have ringside tickets if you want to go. UFC Fight Night, Ortega versus Rodriguez. UFC Fight Night, third row. If you want to go, you let us know.
Thanks, Jake. That sounds amazing. I've never actually seen a live UFC fight. I've seen live, Ian, I've seen live Muay Thai fights. Oh yeah. But I've never seen a UFC fight. I've never been in the arena, never felt that energy. God, that's a dream. I would love to.
Oh yeah. You got to experience it, man. Jake knows. Tell him, Jake.
And when you experience it, I took my brother Scott and my brother Brendan. And it's like, dude, Brendan was jumping out of his seat. But when you go with a UFC fighter like Ian, like he'll get you a ticket. I'll go with Gilbert. We'll get tickets. You go backstage. So you see Dana White backstage. You see Joe Rogan backstage. You see the fighters backstage before they walk out and when they come in. Like it's like that. So if you want to go, the offer's there. We have 2 tickets. It's not this weekend. It's the following weekend. I think it's July 15th. We'll fly into New York. We'll drive up to Long Island, see a great fight night. I know Ian's down. We texted a little bit about it. So if you don't have any plans the following weekend, you have tickets.
I might have to move whatever plans I have.
First row, I don't know. How can I you're gonna be right there. So it might be a thing. We'll talk a little bit more after. Now we just hit that hour mark, and there's a lot of people in here that are ready for a giveaway. Someone, JP, said this. I don't know if you tweeted out. He said maybe a merch giveaway too. So maybe if someone doesn't win the 5K, are we going to give away some merch? Do you have any merch that we can give away?
Well, I have these cool hats.
What is that?
Love this logo, right?
Shit.
Yeah.
I might have to wear that to the UFC fight. Hold up, Ian.
We got some pretty rad bottles too.
Ian can work out with that. A little content.
Yeah. And then Ian, I can get you a sweatshirt. You can walk out of the ring in a sweatshirt.
Hey.
Let's go.
There you go.
That's sick. So we might be doing a merch giveaway as well. I say, you know what? I say we do the merch giveaway first, and then we do the giveaway of 5K and NutriBeast and some UFC ringside tickets. Ian, that might be something for you in the future. Like, hey, I'm gonna give away tickets to come with me to a UFC fight. That would be super sick if you did that as well. But let's do that. Let's get out a tweet. Gentlemen, let's get out a tweet and let's give away some merch first, and then we're going to do the $5,000 giveaway. While we get this going, guys, I want to say to everybody in the audience, thank you guys so much. 83 people in the stream right now. It's incredible to have you here. I'm so glad you guys are learning about Liithos. This is a project I'm going to be talking about quite a bit on the Jake Agron Show. And I'll be honest, you guys are finding this project very, very early. Mike, I think you guys have around 2,500, 2,000 followers on Twitter. Mark my words, in about 6 months time, it's going to be over 50, 60, 70,000. You guys are going to be killing it. And I'm going to get this tweet ready for the merch giveaway. In the meantime, you guys take it away. Maybe chat about Long Island, maybe chat about UFC, whatever you want to do while I get this tweet paired up.
So Ian, who was a fighter that you followed that got you into UFC?
When I was first kind of planting the seed of being able to fight in the UFC, it was when it was even before the UFC was Pride.
Oh
yeah, Rampage Jackson.
Yeah, I love Rampage.
And so these guys, and then when the UFC started, you know, or Mauricio Shogun Rua, he was amazing. But then when the UFC kind of started, I fell in love with like the Chuck and Tito rivalry, and that was amazing. And then like you, George St. Pierre was just amazing. BJ Penn, you know, and then currently to this day, some of my favorite fighters are. I was loving when Robbie Lawler was champion, with just a savage champion. That fight with Rory McDonald, and one of my favorite fighters is fighting this weekend, main event. Rafael Fiziev. He is one of the nastiest strikers. He was actually my coach, kickboxing coach in Thailand at Tiger Muay Thai in Phuket, and we became tight. And then I came down here to South Florida, and I'm training out of Sanford MMA. And then he came down here and trained out of Sanford MMA because the COVID kind of shook the whole world up, and fighters are scrambling to find gyms. And South Florida became a very big hotspot for fighters. So, that's kind of a little run through of my, I guess, say fans or people that I looked up to.
And that was perfect, mates, because in that meantime, we typed this up. 4 winners. Merch is going out, ladies and gentlemen. It's so simple. It's the most simplest giveaway I've ever done in my life on the Jay Gagnon Show. All you have to do is retweet the tweet, follow the 3 gentlemen, and you might get some swag, some merch, and who knows? We might even throw in, Mike, $500 of Liithos or of HBAR. Why not? Why not? We might even throw that in. So retweet the tweet, guys. Tag some friends. Let them know that we're giving away some incredible goodies on the Jake Gagnon Show tonight. So we're going to do the merch giveaway first, and then we're going to do the actual HBAR giveaway. Guys, I always tell this to Ian whenever we talk about money and finances. I'm like, look, $4,000, $5,000, that's a lot of money, man. I was working at Zendesk last year, and I was making, I think, $80,000 a year. Like, that was my salary. I got commission as well, but I was making $80,000 a year. That was $4,000 a month at Zendesk. So it's like, we're going to bless one person with more. And I went to college for 4 years. I worked for 5 years to get that job. Like, we're going to literally give 9 years of experience in one. I just hope, Mike, I just hope that it goes to someone that needs it. Because I'm getting messages from people.
Well, it's up to you. I'm out of it. You're doing the picks, so don't be mad at me if it doesn't go to the person.
So for those that don't know, we're doing the picks. All you had to do, and I know it's a little bit more difficult than how we do giveaways on the stream, but we're going to make it a little bit more simple. And yes, if you already entered, you already are in. But all you got to do was email your HBAR wallet to this email address, and you're entered. And Mike sent me all of the people that entered. Here they are. All of the people that entered. We're going to put it into our app, Sortios app, and we're going to pick the winner here in just a second. So I think there's around 200 people that entered. So it's going to be a fair giveaway. It's going to be a giveaway that's done from a random generator. But man, the fact that we're giving away $5,000 to someone who could potentially need it is just an incredible blessing. So Mike, thank you so much for doing that on the stream, man. It's huge, man. It's huge. It really is.
Thank you, Hedera.
Seriously.
Thank you, Hedera. Shout out HBAR. So real quick before we have that tweet going out, I mean, is this a good opportunity for us to load our bags? Because right now I don't own any HBAR. I've been doing my research. I follow a lot of people that are interested in HBAR. I mean, we're sitting at 6 cents all-time high, Mike. We're sitting, what did we hit? That was back in September. It looks like we hit an all-time high of 50 cents. So we're down 80%, around a little like 75, 77%. I mean, is this a good time to load our HBAR bags? I mean, what are we thinking here? Everything's down.
It's a great time. I think that it's a great time to buy crypto right now. I mean, I don't want to be in trouble for making recommendations, but I think I think that it's gonna this is the winter, and the spring and summer will come back very soon.
Yeah, you can tell us what you're doing too. It's like that's kind of what I do. It's like I don't give anybody else advice. I mean, I'm telling people I'm buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana every day. Do I start averaging into Hedera? Is this a blockchain that's like, this is because I pulled this up and I wanted to check it out earlier, but it's like, look at the companies they work with, man. You see Google, you see IBM, you see LG, you see Ubisoft. It's like, whoa, those are some big names.
They're a major player, and I think that they have so many benefits to the gaming ecosystem. And they're making so many big plays that I'm very, very bullish. Of course, that's why we picked them, to be our partner. So I would go pretty heavy on HBAR. I think it's going to do very well.
Yep, and I'll be fully transparent. As people know on the show, I always keep it real. It's like when you first picked them and I heard you were on the HBAR blockchain, I was like, that's going to be a little bit of a roadblock, right? Because most people, at least in my circle, are on Ethereum, right? And Ian can probably speak to this. Maybe we're on Solana, but when I started to do my research, I was like, oh, this is actually like super legit, and it's super easy to open up a wallet. And maybe it just hasn't had its time yet, right? Like maybe Ethereum launched in 2017 and HBAR launched in 2021, and it has its time. But you can see here, 10 times faster than blockchain alternatives. They don't say any names, but they're talking about Ethereum. They're talking about Solana. It's carbon negative, always predictable gas fees. And they were in like
low gas fees.
They were like $1, less than $1.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's a top 38 cryptocurrency. You know what? Can we end the stream? I gotta load my HBAR bags up right now. I gotta grab some HBAR right now. No, I'll wait at least till after. But look at that, Mike. Within 3 minutes, it's been 3 minutes. We have 90 retweets already. We're gonna wait till the magic number 100. We're gonna start doing the giveaways of the merch, and then we're gonna announce that $5,000 giveaway. And let me ask you guys, Mike, should we do $5,000 to one lucky winner? Or should we split it up? Or maybe we started off with 5,000 and next week we kind of split it up to bless more people. It's up to you guys. I'm just here for a fun time.
I want let's let Ian take the point. I think
he goes all in though. He goes bigger, goes home.
When I'm playing poker, I'm kind of all in too. I'm just
he goes all in or goes home, baby. I went to Las Vegas with Ian. I already know his answer.
I want to see somebody get 5,000 and lose their minds, but that's me.
I want to see that too, honestly. But it's up to Ian. Ian, you're the guest. It's up to you, brother.
I think one person gets 5K.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And boom, before you know
it, we fast. I guess that's the only downside, right? You call it the moment, it's over.
We're getting about 20 retweets every 30 seconds, so we might have to run it just a little bit longer to give everybody a chance to win here on the Jay Gagan Show, because the retweets are coming in. We'll give about another minute or so. I'm going to get the music on, get it paired up, and then we're going to be doing this giveaway of the 4 merch winners. And hopefully I win that merch. I have no Liithos merch. I have no Liithos token. I have no HBAR. I'm like the worst YouTuber to be doing this show right now, but I guarantee, guys, by the next time we come on next Friday, I'll have Liithos merch, I'll have HBAR, and hopefully if Wave 2 launches, I'll have a nice big bag of Liithos to match that. And hopefully, Mike, we're on our way after the stream to Long Island for that UFC fight courtside. You can't beat that. You can't beat that, Mike.
I don't know how I can say no to that. Oh my God.
Shout out to Crypto Vern in the chat. Shout out to Cajun Crypto. These are my guys. Great to have you guys here on the stream. We're going to be doing a giveaway, guys, so make sure to join. 122 retweets, 125 retweets. We're going to let these things run up here. Twitter's doing its thing on the stream. And honestly, dude, it's like you can't really say no to it. It's like unless you had something like a wedding or something planned, it's like all we have to do is buy a flight, get a hotel, and we're going to be courtside with some MMA fighters. And we're not sitting in the nosebleeds. We're not sitting the 200, the 100s. We're sitting like literally with champions. It's going to be incredible. We're going to be backstage. So if you want to come, the opportunity is there. And I think it's going to be a banger event. Ian, you got family in Long Island, right?
Yeah, that's actually where my dad is from, Huntington Station, Long Island. So I got my uncles, my cousins out there. You know, we'll have to go to Fire Island. We'll go to
Facts.
Robert Moses Beach, Field 5 on Sunday. We'll check that out. That'd be a good time. And, it's a good card, guys, right? And one of my good friends and teammates, Gilbert Burns' brother, Herbert Burns, is fighting on the card. Gilbert's going to be out there cornering him. And, you got to show up for the fam. And it's a good card, right? Sometimes these fight nights are sleepers. Like you got Brian Ortega versus the highlight reel, Yair Rodriguez. Like both of these guys put on crazy fights. And you have an amazing fight between the ladies, Michelle, the karate hottie Watterson against Amanda Lemos. And you just have some up and coming guys. Like they don't have huge names. And but these are the guys that are hungry.
Free ticket.
You had me at the side.
He's already in. And real quick, Mike, you could probably answer this, or we all can. This is my guy, Homie Clicks. He's a legend. Thank you so much for the donation. You know I'll answer your questions even if you don't donate. But he said, I opened an HBAR wallet on Atomic Wallet. I did all the requirements. The part I got confused was the name. I added my government name. I reply to the same email with my Twitter handles. Also, I made up a memo because no memo. Okay, so you entered essentially.
So don't make up a memo, but if there is no memo, don't make one up, because if you make one up, I don't think it'll work.
He'll probably send it to the wrong address. Yeah.
If there's no memo, just resend it without the memo, because you don't have one and it should still work. And if you're the winner, we'll just do a test. We're not gonna send 5,000 HBAR without doing a test first to make sure that the recipient gets the HBAR. But we'll make sure you get it, and then once you get confirmation of this, the test, and then we'll send the whole thing over.
And another great question: what's a memo? Because we're going to be doing this 4 weeks in a row. So sometimes, guys, there's a memo on your HBAR address. When I did mine on KuCoin, there was a wallet address, which you guys are familiar with, and then there was a memo, and the memo was like 0137492. Now, I opened up another HBAR address on a different platform, and there was no memo. So sometimes there are memos, sometimes there's not.
Yeah, and ultimately, it's just if there is a memo, make sure it's included, because if it's not there, it won't get to you. But so the regular HBAR address will be 0.0 whatever, and the memo is just one long number that you have. So it's actually really easy. I've been sending a lot of people a lot of HBAR recently, so it's super fast and it's not that complicated. So once you get into it, you'll be an expert within 6 seconds.
Yep, and mates, like I said, we have 4 more weeks to do incredible giveaways. So I'll probably be doing some videos here, how to open an HBAR wallet for beginners. That way, and I know you guys are not beginners. Shout out to my guy Stevie Chapman in the house. He said chilling like a villain. We're all chilling like a villain on this beautiful Friday night, and I think we're ready. I think we're ready to do the first giveaway, guys. 173 retweets. We might be at more by the time we get this going. Let's start with that hoodie. Let's start with that hat. Hoodie and hat for the first giveaway here on the Jake Gagan Show. Let me pull this up, guys. Let's get that blue speaker ready. I know Ian loves the blue speaker. Let's get the blue speaker ready, and let's give away some merch, some Liithos merch live on the Jake Gagan Show, joined by Michael Mumbauer and top 20 UFC fighter Ian Heinisch. We might be meeting, guys. We might be meeting in New York, Long Island next week.
New York, so the only requirement, Ian, can you eat pizza?
Yeah, why not?
But you're training.
That's all right.
Shit, then we got to.
That is so healthy. You saw that? That was the healthiest answer, bro.
Where's the best pizza in Long Island? I'm there.
Organic shit.
Oh, yeah.
He needs that organic shit.
That is not the stuff. That is not the stuff we want. We want the greasy pepperoni. No. Huh?
Oh, I got the spot. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Right. Especially in Long Island.
So, ladies and gentlemen, 183 retweets. You guys know the deal. On the Jake Gagan Show, we get that blue speaker ready. We're going to be doing 4 merch giveaways: hat, hoodie, water bottle, shirt. Hat, hoodie, water bottle, shirt. I believe we're going to be doing those here on the Jake Gagan Show, and then somebody, one human being, is going to. I don't know who it's going to be. I hope it's you that's listening. I literally, I'm talking to you, the winner. I hope it's you that wins $5,000 tonight. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be incredible, guys. It's going to be huge, massive. Let's get that music going, guys. If you have not yet, smash the like button, and let's get into the giveaway.
In tiny liquor bottles, just what you.
I'm fired up, guys. I'm joined by Michael Mumbauer and Ian Heinisch. All you had to do was retweet this tweet, follow these 3 gentlemen, and you automatically entered into the giveaway. Cajun Crypto said, I had pizza tonight as well. I had pizza last night, and I might go get some after the stream. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is for the hat and the hoodie. Let's go.
Let's go.
Boom. The winner of the hat is 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗖𝗧 39. And the winner of the hoodie is I Am the Great One. Yes, you are.
Nice.
And these are the actual Twitter accounts. So I'm going to take a picture. I'm going to send them to Mike afterwards, and we're going to get these things sent out. Now, we have two more merch giveaways coming before we have that $5,000 banger dropping live on the Jake Gagan Show. So let's make sure to get this tweet back up. Let's make sure to get this ready to go. And then we're going to be giving away another couple pieces of merch here on the Jake Gagan Show. And I have one rule, guys, one rule on the show. When people win, just say congratulations. That's it. Just say congratulations to the winner because it makes them feel incredible. So congratulations to our 2 winners. I will be sending that out to Michael, and he'll be sending that merch out to you guys in just a bit. Huge win there, fellows. Huge win. Now, let's do the giveaway number 2. Let's do the giveaway number 2. You see Ian dancing. He's ready. Look at this, bro. Look at the targeted ads right here. Look at the left. UFC. The targeted ads.
Look at that, bro. They heard us talking.
I don't like that.
Crazy.
Although I will be tuning into that. Without further ado, Giveaway number 2, 2 pieces of merch from Michael Mumbauer and Liithos. Let's go. Marty _ 24 crypto. And a Persian guy with a picture of a cat.
Persian guy with a picture of a cat. They deserve something just for that.
May, that's big right there. A Persian guy with a picture of a cat and Marty 24 crypto. All these guys are winning pieces of merch, guys. So what I'll do is I'm going to send your Twitter account to Michael. He's going to reach out. He's going to get your home addresses. You guys are going to be swagged out in Liithos merch. But now the moment we've all been waiting for, gentlemen. The moment is here. A $5,000 HBAR giveaway. And guys, let me just do the quick simple math.
I'm nervous.
So if let's just say this thing reaches the all-time high again, right? Let's just say it gets near the all-time high in the next bull run. This giveaway tonight on the Jake Hagan Show is going to be worth $50,000. If it hits the all-time high that it already hit, this giveaway tonight will be worth $50,000.
Oh.
That is like ridiculous. And I look, I'm bullish on crypto. I'm bullish on everything in the top 50. This is a top 38 crypto. I think that HBAR will surpass its all-time high. But let's just say it reaches where it hit 50 cents. This is going to be a $50,000 giveaway. So whoever wins, not financial advice, but if you don't need it necessarily dearly, which I understand a lot of people do. I understand a lot of people need money right now. 5,000 can change a lot, but you can hold on to a little bit, maybe half, maybe 30%, maybe 80%, maybe 100%. This could be worth a lot more than it's worth right now. Now, Crypto C said split in between 5 people. It was up to the Hurricane, and I can't go against him. He said he wants one fatty giveaway. I can't go. Look, I'm not. Are you going to go against that guy down there? I'm not going against that guy down there. So we're going to be doing.
Change, Ian. You're there. Is that your final answer?
Yeah, man. I think if them doing the whole instructions, submitting to win this contest, $5,000 can be life-changing money. So shout out to the guy. Yeah, let's do it. Right? Would you agree? Like, if you win $5K, that makes your week,
today,
your month.
Brother, today.
Like,
I've never won 5K. I would lose my mind. I would have that's why I would do the Oprah thing. Oh my God.
Bro, 5K on a lot, like just for tuning into a live streaming and sending an email. And guys, if you don't win tonight and you weren't able to participate tonight, you will have 4 more weeks to win, whether it's 1,000, 5,000, whatever we decide to do. So don't give up. Don't worry, but someone's going to win it. And look, I truly believe, I've done a lot of these giveaways, guys. I truly believe it goes to the person that needs it most. Like, I've gotten a lot of messages afterwards. So whoever needs to win this, whoever deserves to win this is going to win it. Now, we have it pinned up here, guys, just for verification purposes. We had the Google Drive. I don't want to give out too much. I think it's just their names, but these are all the names that came in from Mike. These are the winners, and this is the app Sortios. So this app Sortios app. So we're gonna get that music pinned up, and then we're going to run the giveaway. And the winner on the top is going to win $5,000. $5,000. Insane, dude. And that's $5,000 today. I'm telling you right now, guys, mark my words. This is going to be worth $50,000 in the next bull cycle. So as Cryptic Behavior said, he said, good luck, everyone. Guys, spam the comments, flood the comments. I want to see so many emojis. I want to see you guys say good luck in the comments. And whoever wins this, congratulations ahead of time. This is a $5,000 giveaway, courtesy of Liithos, Michael Mumbauer, John Garvin, and we're also joined by Ian, the Hurricane Heinisch. Now, without further ado, spam those comments. $5,000 going out live on the Jake Hagan Show.
$5K.
We like that anticipation, boys.
$5K giveaway.
Hold on. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. For $5,000. God,
my bag.
Bags. Yes, you do, son. Yes, you do.
He got his bag.
$5,000 is going out to Got My Bags. You will get an email verification. And this is courtesy of Liithos, Michael Mumbauer, and John Garvin, the future of Play to Earn Gaming. Congratulations to Got My Bags on a massive win. How big is that?
Huge,
man.
Wow.
I've
Wow.
never won $5,000 in my life.
No one has. Literally, the only person in the world is Got My Bags. Just won $5,000, dude. I worked literally like 25 days hard to even earn that at my last job. You know, it's like to win $5,000 is something that doesn't happen much. Mike, do we have the email and the username and who it is for Got My Bags?
I do. I'm actually sending an email now.
Wow, dude.
Sure
Imagine.
I'm going to send
Imagine that email, man. And whoever Got My Bags is, like I said, I never tell people what to do with their money, but HBAR is down close to 85% from its all-time high. So if you can muster through it, that 5,000 could turn into quite a bit more. And for those that are watching at home, like I said, we're going to be doing another giveaway next week, another giveaway the following. We're going to be doing giveaways for the next 4 straight weeks of HBAR. And it might be I'm going to make the instructions to enter a lot more simple. So, and I think if Ian's feeling a little bit more grateful next time, because it's up to Ian, guys. It's up to Ian. It's not to me and Mike. He might give us a 2,500 and a 2,500. He might give us 1,000 and 1,000 times 5. He might give us 10 $500 giveaways the following weeks, but it's up to Ian, and we'll see. But
yeah,
man,
I think we mix it up, but we got to start with a bang. You know,
We got to start with a bang.
And
how did we get him on the live stream? Scott Gagan came with a great suggestion. Would be great to get him or her on the live stream. Mike, you have the link. Send them the link.
Email. I'm trying to get the. I'm going to send over. See if they.
I would love to get them on the live.
Me too.
If they're whoever Got My Bags is on the giveaway. I don't know if that was your name. I don't know if that was.
It says. It just
is that his Twitter account?
Steve, your detailer. So Steve, your detailer.
Steve, your detailer.
So if we got Steve, then
Steve, if you're in the chat, let us know, and I'm going to send you a link, and we're going to get you on the live stream because I want to know how that $5,000 feels, because it feels good to me. Like, look at Pro Patty. He's saying my heart is got. Look, Scott Gagan has Got My Bags on the stream. Is he awake? Steve, the detailer or retailer? What was it?
The detailer. Steve,
the detailer. I need my car detailed, by the way.
Steve, your detailer.
Steve. Your detailer. Are you live on the stream? If you are,
sounds like an assassin's kind of tag, right?
If he's live, we're bringing him on. Chrono said, I don't think he's here.
Well, let's see if he receives it and then wakes up.
We'll see.
If he doesn't come on the stream, we got to give it away to someone else.
Uh-oh.
No.
We didn't call that.
No, that would hurt. That would hurt.
Maybe we make that a rule for the next one. Yeah.
Scott said they might be in a part of the world that is asleep. Yeah, that's the thing with being over in California.
Here we go, doing the test.
What is it?
That's Exodus.
Oh.
We just did a test to send it. It's sending.
Oh, because he already sent you his wallet. All right, so we're already sending it out, boys. Look at that.
That was the requirement. So if we get him back, we can get that way people know. That was just $1 worth of HBAR. And then with that, when I get confirmation that he received it, we will immediately send the rest, and we will have our first $5,000 winner.
I hope that wakes him up. I hope he's sleeping right now, and he's like, I hope he goes, whoa, what? Who just texted me? And he comes on the stream. That'd be great. But like Scott said, it's like, it's 6:30 p.m. here in California, which means it's 9:30 on a Friday and on the East Coast, which means it's 2 a.m. in London, which means it's 5 a.m. and it's like California's got the worst timing in terms of. Wait, someone said Steve is here. Oh my goodness. This might be him.
Really?
It might be him. He said, holy crap, I can't believe I won. Steve, if this is you, we're going to send an email.
Tell him to come on the stream. Send him a thing to come on.
Mike, do you have it? Shoot me his email address here in the private email right here.
Holy crap. I love it.
It's him. He might be on here. You see this in the private chat? Put that email address in here, and I'm going to send a link. If he's here, if that's actually Steve, you got to come on the stream. You just won $5,000 live on the Jake Gagan Show.
Oh, wow.
You just won $5,000, Steve, if that's you, live on the Jake Gagan Show. We got to see your reaction. You just won $5,000, man. That does not happen.
I'm trying to find what was the email? What was the name again?
Steve, or it was got_my_bags.
Right. I said.
He said I DM'd you on Twitter to me.
Which one, you or me?
Probably me.
Let him give you the link directly to come back in here, And can you tell him to see if he got that test? Or when he comes by, he can tell me if he got it. This is what we got to love about crypto.
I don't think he DM'd me. He might have DM'd you, but let's just send the link to that email that he sent just to make sure it's him. If he's got the email, come on. I DM you on Twitter, Jake. Because sometimes there's some fake people that come in the chat saying they DM'd you on Twitter and they won.
Yeah.
And they did it.
Maybe it's not really him.
It could be. It could be. Do you have the email that's associated with Got My Bags?
No, it's funny. I got oh yeah, she did win. All right. Yes, I don't. I think that what we should do is also we should give something to the enthusiastic Marina. She's been like
Me too.
her enthusiasm. I think you should give her something.
Let's give her. What do you want to give her?
Ask her what she wants, a t-shirt or a sweatshirt.
Marina, what would you like? Because she has been great. She has been incredible.
I think her enthusiasm deserves a thank you reward.
I agree. Let's give her one. And then Mike, if you want to like just in the email, just search for the Got My Bags.
Oh, you with the email? His email.
Yeah, the email. And I'll send it to her.
Hang on, sorry.
No worries. Yeah, just search Got My Bags, whatever email. I'm just gonna send a link, and that way we know it's the winner. Because some people will be like, they'll just send they'll send some stuff. I see DJ Legend in the chat. Shout out to DJ. He said the bullet. Is that Valentina Shevchenko? He's been messaging a lot. He goes, you know her? The bullet. Everybody knows the bullet. DJ Legend, I'm calling you after this. He said, I work with Voltoshi. You know Voltoshi?
Okay,
DJ.
so you want me to just send you this in the chat?
Yeah, you see the private chat right here where that link just went up?
Yeah,
private
I got
chat?
Yep,
Just put it right
okay.
there.
Hang on.
And then I'm going to send the link to this gentleman. And if Steve's actually in the chat, because it might have been a fake Steve. Steve, if you're the real Steve, don't take that offensively. But sometimes there's fake Steves.
Send it.
All right, I'm going to send the link here. Yeah,
This
I just won 5 racks, boys. Steve, if you're on, I said join our live. You won 5 racks.
Come on, Steve.
Come on, Steve. We need you on here,
bro.
Steve. Don't be a fake Steve, mate. Steve. Don't be the fake Steve.
You're on, mate.
No, I mean, like the winner is real, but sometimes like whoever, someone might create a fake account just to get the winnings. I've had that a lot. But Steve, if you were real, you just got an email from Jake Gagan. And come join our stream. Come join our stream, mate. Come join our stream. Cajun Crypto said all the real ones are still here. Facts. That's a fact. Shout out to everybody that is still here with us today. What a great stream. We're an hour and a half in. I'm having fun. DJ Legend said, don't tell no one yet. DJ, I just told 80 people on the stream who it was. That hat looks sick. Oh my God, Steve's here.
Is he?
Steve's here. He just won $5,000.
Where is he? Bring him in.
He's in the bottom. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this is Steve. Steve just won $5,000. $5,000 of Liithos live on the Jake Gagan Show. Let's bring him in. Steve, how we feeling, man? Congratulations on winning $5,000.
Steve.
How we doing, Steve?
You did it.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, brother.
Oh my God, I am flipping out right now.
Did you get the text? Did it come through?
You have my name wrong. Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Your Wi-Fi is not that great though.
All right, let me see if I can change something real quick.
Take your time, brother. Take your time. You won 5K, man. Take your time. Come back in. We're going to bring you back in. But, man, there he is. He's real. That was actually Steve. Steve's here. We're going to bring him back in, guys. Steve won $5,000, guys. Spam the chat. I want to see so many Steve comments in the chat that YouTube shuts us down. I want to see so many Steve comments in the chat that YouTube shuts us down. He's going to try to join us again. He's real. I literally sent the email to the winning email address. He's here. I can't wait to interview him. You hear him? You heard him yell a little bit? He goes, woo! He's like, dude, he's fired up, boys. This is huge.
We got our 2022 bad connection Oprah moment.
Yep.
Oprah didn't have to deal with that shit.
It happens all the time. I'm going to try to send him another link right here. Let's see if I can bring him back in. But you know what? I have bad Wi-Fi here where I live in Orange County, and maybe he can go. We're gonna ask him. We're gonna interview him. Hopefully he can get some good service. Tell the wifey. Okay, I think we got him. Let's do it again. Steve, wherever you're at, you're good. We're gonna bring you in. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this is Steve. He won the $5,000 worth of HBAR courtesy of Liithos. We're bringing him live on the stream. Steve, how does it feel to win $5,000?
Man, I am flipping out right now. You understand? Right? I'm shaking and shit.
Steve,
But yeah,
congratulations.
he spelled my name wrong. It was Got My Bags Won. It had S on there, so I was like, when you announced the name, I was like, oh man, did I win? I was like, hold it, that's not my name. I was like, ah, damn. But yeah, oh my gosh.
Steve, congratulations, man. Let me just ask you, dude, where exactly do you live, and what do you do, man? Like, how did you get invested in crypto?
Well, I live in Delaware right now. We just moved here a year ago. I'm originally from Baltimore. But I've been doing crypto DeFi for the last 2 years. No, about a year and a half. I lost a lot of money. I won a little bit, but morally lost. One of my big bags, I don't know if I can announce any names on there, but it's a well-known coin. Oh, I can?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I put about $4,000 into 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 at the all-time high, and you can see where it's at now. So you can imagine what my money amount is now. But let's see. Yeah, I don't do nothing for work. I drive for Uber and Lyft. I used to work at a warehouse for 16 years, but due to the pandemic, they laid everybody off. And ever since then, I do have a little background from 20 years ago. But because of that, like I tried to join the military, get good jobs, but I can't find nothing that's willing to pay good enough. So since I left, since they laid us off, I've been doing crypto on the side to try and make a little bit. Oh my God, my heart's racing right now. But
Steve.
yeah, so I've been doing crypto on the side, and I mean, like I said, I made a little bit of money, but I lost a lot. But yeah, this right here, I mean, after I get off, I'm probably gonna cry because this is gonna really help us out.
Let me ask you a question, man. How much does winning $5,000 tonight on a live stream mean to you and your family?
Right now, that's definitely life changing. Definitely life changing. I like you said, down the road it could turn into $50,000. So I mean, I thank y'all for that. I really do. I really, you really touched me. And when my family finds out, they're probably gonna go haywire as well.
And Steve, you're talking about the family. What kind of family do you have? Do you have a wife? Do you have kids?
Well, we've been together. I have a lot of debt in my name due to back taxes, so we're not married, but we've been together since how long, Danielle? 17 years. 17 years since we were high school. I'm 39. We have one son. He's 14 years old, and we also have a little dog. I don't know if you see him right there. So yeah, that's our little family. Yeah, like I said, we live in like in the countryside of Delaware. We're city people, but it took time to get used to it. But we're just trying to find a way, and it's been a real struggle right now. It's been real hard due to COVID and just job placement out here. It really sucks. I mean, it's not like it was where we were from, and being at the job I was at for 16 years and I was making $30 an hour. So when I got laid off, where everybody got laid off, it hurt real bad. But I've been trying to make ends meet for those last 2 years, and this is one of the biggest things I can think of right now.
This is beautiful to see, man. And I'm just the host of the show. Michael Mumbauer, who's sitting to the left of me, he's launching his project Liithos. He's the one that sponsored this giveaway. What's one message that you want to say to Michael that actually sponsored this giveaway to give you the $5,000 tonight?
Well, the money was the part of it, but knowing that you were part of Uncharted and all that, that was actually kind of cool. Now, did that have this like the same type of thing for the movie wise that came out? Was that like part of you too?
No, I wasn't a part of the movie, but that I have worked in movies, but I didn't work on that one.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm a game guy. I play Halo. Like Jake, he played Halo. I used to play Black Ops. I used to be a big video game until I had my son, and so I haven't had time to do that. But I do know a lot about video games, and he actually plays them himself. I mean, the last game I played was probably GTA, Grand Theft Auto 5.
I love that game, Grand Theft Auto.
But, yeah, when I saw, my phone died.
No, you're still alive.
You're still there.
Maybe he did die. Well, he died, or his phone died. But guys, How about that? He was still on for a little bit, but man, the fact that we were able to get him on here, Steve living in Delaware, working Uber, got laid off from COVID, and he just won $5,000 live on the Jay Gagan show. That's a special moment right there, guys.
So awesome.
Glad it went to somebody.
awesome.
That's awesome.
It always does, man. It truly always does. And like I said, guys, if you did not win tonight, there's always next week. It might not be next Friday because the boys that are on the stream might be in New York. We might be in Long Island having some fun watching UFC fights, but we might move it to Thursday. But what a great stream, a great first introduction. Like I said, Mike, I've been doing these a lot. Sometimes when tokens come on for the first time, there's no audience, right? And it might just be me and the founder, right? But we had a top 20 UFC fighter join us. We had over 100 people at the height of the stream join us, and a lot of people are interested about Liithos. And then we just saw Steve. Our guy Steve just won $5,000. Incredible to see him win. Before we wrap it up, it looks like Ian's having a little bit of network connections. We'll try to bring him back on here. His phone might have died. Everybody's phone's dying. It's Friday night.
I just want to say
still here.
to your audience, thank you for coming and participating. And we're everybody that did not win today will still be entered into the subsequent drawing. So you don't have to do anything. And I wish you all good luck and just thank you for participating and supporting us. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And like I said, it might not be Friday because we might be on a flight. It might happen, Mike. But next Thursday, we're going to be giving out $5,000. And we have to talk to the UFC fighter, Ian Heinisch, on how he wants to divvy it up. But we'll be back. But what a great show, guys. The first introduction on the Jay Gagan Show to Liithos, to Michael Mumbauer. And maybe next week or the following week, we get John on here as well. Shout out to Ian Heinisch. We don't know where he went, but he will be joining us as well next week. Thank you guys so much for watching. And congratulations to Steve. Steve won $5,000 on the Jay Gagan Show. And there's Ian. Ian, before we take off, final message to the people that tuned in tonight.
Man, I just want to shout out to everyone who entered. And you know what's so cool? First off, you don't get these 5K giveaways like ever. I've never seen it. And not only are you getting 5K giveaways, but you're going to get, is it 5K giveaways?
Over the course of the next 5 weeks, yeah.
Yep.
Wow. So that's 5K a week, guys. You're seeing the community grow. Michael, it was a pleasure sharing some mindset with you, and just man, I love how much you love MMA. I can see the passion. I can see your passion in this project as well, for the environment, for the play to earn game. I just see big things for the future of this. It's so cool to learn about HBAR. I wasn't so familiar. I've invested in a little bit. When it ran up, I took a huge profit. I still have a little moon bag in there, but now seeing the potential of the HBAR, you know, and of this project of Liithos, it really is the future. And, you know, for the people saying, oh, but a year and a half, 2 years, you know, it takes time. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. So I know you guys are putting huge efforts into it. And like you said, you guys are chiseling away at those rocks to make a sculpture that is not going to get moved, get shaken, get broken. It's going to be something that is going to last for the test of time. And I'm just blessed to be here. And Jake, thanks for inviting me on, man. It's always a blast on your show. Good energy, good vibes. And shout out to the growing community of Liithos. I see the army of it growing every single day. It's continuing to grow. I'm imagining every single stream we do, you're going to see it double, triple. And it's just fun to be a part of this journey, man.
Well,
Thank you.
This was an absolute honor to have you come in here. Like, I am such a fan of what you do and UFC, and your story is just incredible. I can't, like, I'm going to follow you and watch you get that championship belt. I'm sure you are. I can't wait. I just can't wait. And I hope I'm at the ringside to see it too. I just know, like, you're going to come back stronger. That's how it always works, right? You got to go through these tests. And I love that that your answer was the hardest test is this, and that you're your biggest blocker, and you're going to figure it out and get it, get better and stronger and going to win that belt, man. I'm excited.
Yep. And as you guys can see, we got our guy Steve back in. So Steve, one final time tonight, I'll let you close this out. You just won $5,000 live on the Jay Gagan Show. Let us know how it feels, and your final message to anyone that's out there watching tonight.
My final message is, I didn't think I was going to win this at all, amount of people that was entered in. But, I mean, it just goes to show you anything can happen in crypto, in the world in general, and y'all made that possible, all three of y'all. Big shout out to all y'all. My family is very high. Just just message them and let them know. So they're very happy and grateful for that. And I am too. And everybody out there listening and who's getting in on the next, I guess, the four giveaways y'all gonna be doing, don't hesitate. You have a chance. I mean, I didn't think I could, and I did. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Steve,
and I just want to let you know, I did receive the test wallet. It was for $1. Just to let you know, I did receive that.
okay, you want to pull your app up and see it live?
Send the other $49.99, baby. Let's load Steve up. Send a 5K,
you can take
baby.
You can take the time.
Let's do it on the show, baby. Let's do it, Steve. Pull the wallet up. Is it on your phone?
Show me the confirmation. I'm about to send it. I hope it goes to the right person. We should verify. I'm gonna verify one more time.
Let's verify.
I'm going.
All right, the number matches, and this one, just so you know, doesn't have a memo. So sometimes it doesn't. I know that may be confusing. So it doesn't mean you are not eligible. It doesn't mean it won't work. Steve,
shout out to Pro Patty here at 4 a.m. Pro Patty, stay on for 10 more seconds.
All right,
see the giveaway come in.
Here we go.
Let's bring up Mike full screen.
Oh, we lost him. Oh, we put me screen.
You're good.
All right, here we go. Can you see it?
And Michael Mumbauer just sent $5,000 of Liithos to our guy, Stack Crypto Up. Steve is on. And it should be
what? Oh,
$5,000 to Steve. He's going to be coming in. That will be sending in just a second. I can't wait to see his reaction when it comes in.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the refreshing the wallet. It's taking. I have a bad signal here. Delaware sucks, man. I'm telling you.
No worries, man.
All right, refresh. Come on.
It's on its way.
You got it.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know this. It keeps spinning. Come on. It keeps spinning.
This is awesome.
Yeah, my signal must be terrible here. There's like a lot of dead zones out here.
It's okay. We're working through it. It's pretty cool that we can all be on here together, you know?
I'm gonna close out the app and then try it again. Let me try that real quick. Give me 1 second.
He's gonna close it out, try it again, but it looked like, I mean, it said sent, so it should be getting in there. And we'll let him get some time and he can come back on. But guys, I mean, this is special, man.
What was your position in baseball? What did you play?
Catcher, first base, for a while, and I played all the way up until college.
Wow, that's awesome. I love baseball. It's actually like in terms of those sports, it's baseball and UFC.
Me too. Me too, man. And like, dude, like if you like
UFC, a football guy too, or no?
I like to watch it. I never played, but if you like UFC on TV, wait till you see it in person and you hear the clicks. You see Joe Rogan out there. You see Bruce Buffer announcing.
Great.
It's something special. And Steve's back. Steve.
Nothing yet. It's still loading. I don't know what's going on. It's slow with it.
Well, the last one went over, so it should go. And since the last one took a little while, I bet you this one might.
Yeah, I got that one. It said I got that 8 minutes ago. It was for $1. If that was the correct amount you sent.
Yeah, that was the correct amount. That was our test.
It'll probably take time. Maybe the signal's bad and it's taking a sweet time to get here. But that's
Steve,
cool.
You just won $5,000, dude. That's insane, bro. That's insane, dude. No one does that. No one wins $5,000 on a live stream. It's insane.
Well, I'm glad I'm the first one. I mean, shoot.
That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money.
Man,
I'm so happy for you, man. So happy for you, man. You deserve this.
Thank you. Let me see. Let me check one more time. I'm going to close out, open back up. Come on,
baby.
All right, it's loading and refresh. Let's see. Come on. My hands are shaking. Oh my gosh.
Sam
yeah, I think it might be the signal I'm in right now because it kept cutting off while I was on your live stream. Maybe I'm in a bad area right this second.
That Sam, I saw that note. Those are two of my favorite games too.
Which ones?
God of War and Uncharted. Those are.
Oh, I like Uncharted. That was pretty cool. I like the movie too. I don't know if you saw that yet, but that was a pretty good movie. Me and my son watched that.
Yeah, I haven't seen the entire thing, but I worked on the opening scene. Was actually kind of reverential to a scene from Uncharted 3, which we did. We had a hand in that. So
Come on, load.
And Steve, we'll check one more time. I think you're good. I mean, we could wait.
Oh yeah, do what you gotta do. You can put me on backstage. I'll just message you when I received it. If you're still online.
No, you're good. We saw it all good. It's gonna send.
it didn't take too long, so it looked like it was only a couple of minutes, and then but
Yeah.
your signals, and so, I don't know. It usually happens pretty quick, but if your signal's a little bit,
Yeah, I got 1 bar
yeah,
for signal. It's bad out here. I'm telling you, it's the countryside of Delaware.
You guys have Wi-Fi out there?
Yeah, I have Wi-Fi. I'm on the Wi-Fi, but sometimes the Wi-Fi here acts stupid too. We just had Verizon come out here yesterday and was looking at our signal because there was a storm out here the other day and it knocked a lot of power out. So he was here yesterday messing with things, but it should be good though. Should be good. Come on.
I can't wait to see your reaction when that
I'm telling
5K.
you,
Cool. You're gonna see 5K in the bank, son.
I'm
In the bank.
it's the same number.
Yeah, the last 3 of the ID is 962, right?
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
My heart kind of dropped right there. I was
I
like,
know. I'm like,
shit, Steve. Yeah, I think it will come in, boys. I'm
You
down
got
to stay on.
You got the yeah. If your signal's real bad, I bet you. I'm sure it's that, because if the original one came, this one will come. It's the same address.
Yeah. You sent me 15.47 for $1, so it's refreshing now. It's taking a long time, sweet time. That's weird. Maybe they're trying to tease. Maybe the signal's trying to tease me.
It might be it, but you know it's coming. You know it's coming in right now. But I wanted to say congratulations to Steve. Another thank you to Ian Heinisch. Another thank you to Michael Mumbauer and Liithos for sponsoring the stream. And what a fantastic stream tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I said, we'll be back sometime next week with the Liithos team. We don't know what day yet because we might be flying to Long Island for the UFC fight. Congratulations to Steve and his family on winning $5,000 live on the Jake Gagan Show. Thank you so much to everybody that tuned in, and we will see you guys live next week on the Jake Gagan Show. Peace out. Congratulations, Steve.
Good job, buddy.
Peace out, everybody.